Not everyone in a race team can be a racing driver, but many of them have been or want to be. As race engineer to Olivier Panis at Lucky Strike BAR, David Lloyd fits the criteria. He's used to dealing with the high-tech environment of the Formula One pit lane and the high-tech world of the Honda engine, but he's also familiar with the middle-tech world of Formula Ford. As an ex-racer forced to retire from the Formula Ford Festival by mechanical failure, which we shouldn't really say much about in view of his current job, David has always wanted to come back and try again. He never expected to have a complete Formula One team working for him when it happened, but here they are. And he especially never expected to have a race-winning Grand Prix driver as his chief engineer. But everyone else in the team had swapped jobs for the weekend, so why not?
I don't remember the car is like that when I started. It's a good one for me to come back and, you know, good remember. But I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to continue to work with my engineer. But for this time is my time, you know, to push him for the Grand Prix.
We had a bit of an accident, and then we had it was like a big onslaught of about 5 guys working on the cars over 2 days, try and get it back ready again for the weekend. So it's been a really good team effort, actually.
So everybody's changing jobs. The chief engineers become the mechanic on the car, and we've just changed everything around. So everybody had some fun, and we can let other people know what they're doing to us when we had our normal jobs.
The car was better. The car was easier to drive.
Still very demanding. No, he's fine. I mean, he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to do. So it's relatively straightforward, to be honest.
They go on the thing, so blow them out when you put them back on. I've done that.
The area where the majority of us started, you know, I involved in the Formula Ford Festival maybe 15 years ago, and it was great fun then, and that was what that was our aspirations, was to reach Formula One, and now we are, but it's great to come back.
I'm quite really happy to make the engineer this week, to be honest. You know, don't put the overhaul, don't put the helmet on. No, I'm quite pleased. Now it's the heat job this week.
We've got to qualify for tomorrow, and I think we haven't had a good start, but the Formula Ford Festival is renowned for being unpredictable, so fingers crossed.
After a big crash in testing and a series of all-night sessions to rebuild the car, David Lloyd set about rebuilding his confidence, qualifying at a steady pace for the first race. He had to do well in this one in order to earn a place in the semi-final. And with a jet-lagged Olivier Panis cheering from the sidelines, despite having just stepped off the plane from Suzuka, Lloyd took the first step towards realising his ambition. In conditions that were getting steadily worse, he finished 14th to miss the cut and earn a place in the semi-finals.
Well, I'm quite very impressed, to be honest, and the wet condition, he drive very, very well, and he finished 11. I mean, he qualified for tomorrow, I think so. I'm really happy for him, because I know he's really enjoyable this weekend.
While the mechanics for a day swung into action on the car, the driver for a day had time to reflect on the weekend so far.
The top 14 went through, and I came 11th, so it means I start about 22nd on the grid in the semi-final. So it's going to be a bit of a battle. Ideally, you need to get in the top 11, but if you get in the top 18, you get a last chance race to get back into the final. So I'll keep my fingers crossed. You never know in the festival. There's normally so many crashes that you could get straight through. So I'll keep my fingers crossed.
With the semi-final coming up, all the teams called all their ingenuity into play. And in the fierce rivalry of modern Formula Ford, there was always someone on the lookout for new ideas and new technology.
When you go
No one could say that the BAR team lacked drive or originality as they gave their driver a wet weather advantage for the big race that you know will be on every pair of race gloves here next year. But this was serious stuff because the weather had become even worse than ever and the big race was about to take place in appalling conditions. But everything went well for David Lloyd. A good result in the semi meant that 10 years after he missed the final because of mechanical failure, he was back on the grid, his long-standing ambition fulfilled. And from here on, everything else was just a bonus, a very wet bonus. This was the moment. Moving up through this field was a risky, tricky business, fraught with peril. But there was worse to come, as Lloyd was helped off the track at Druids just 2 laps before the checkered flag. The official result gave David Lloyd 20th place, a dream completed, and his career as a BAR driver over in a single weekend.
2 laps to go. Are you spun early on as well, eh?
He lost 5 seconds.
No, at the paddock, it went off the paddock.
Yeah.
I think someone's on the inside of me.
Yeah.
I went off going to the paddock. Well, I mean, I got miles further than I thought I was going to start 18th on the grid in the grand final of the Formula Ford Festival. I've obviously not done that before, so very pleased with that. And I'm very happy for all the guys who have been putting in a lot of hard work all week and all the girls. And I think it's been a really good team effort.